Welcome to Some Shit We Like, episode number 253. Here we are, back at Studio B.
Did you kind of lose your mind there for a second?
I always lose my mind. I get pressure.
Oh, Rick. Come on now.
And this lovely show is sponsored by, hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, it's sponsored by Bagel Bites, who kindly gave us 2 to eat on the show because we
Just
ate
2.
more of them before we started.
Which,
we probably both shouldn't put this in our mouth and talk.
that.
So, actually, you were also missing something. So while you're chewing, drinks. Surprise me.
Drink?
Drinks.
Oh, okay.
Surprise me. We have no drinks. But anyways,
Tell them
yeah.
how to find the show.
What's up?
Tell them the spiel that we do.
Okay, yeah. So, it's just Rick and I this week. Mike isn't here. Hopefully we'll be back next week. But if you guys haven't joined us before, we stream live sometime on Saturday, sometime Sunday. And then we have the audio of the show go up on Tuesday with a clip as well on Tuesday and Wednesday. Sometimes 2 clips on Thursday. And then the full fucking video. I always say full fucking video for some reason is up on Friday. So now you get to talk because I'm going to eat.
Hello, Blue Elite, and welcome to the show. This is, I don't know, you already said everything. We had Bagel Bites because we were just a fan of Bagel Bites, and it's our intro. So this week was kind of half-assed put together.
Yeah, I guess kind of. Yeah.
I've just been so busy this week. I really didn't have time to look up stories as far as movies and video games go.
I've been kind of busy too. So I mean, there's stuff. There's going to be some trailers. We'll talk about things, but your life is going well, sir. Except for you just spilled all over your fucking shirt.
Not, because I just spilled all over me. I went to the gym. I went back to the gym, and I already hurt myself, so I'm not going back again.
You went to the gym?
Yeah.
When did you go?
I went with Mike on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
I think it was, or Thursday.
What was
Wednesday.
the inspiration? Did Mike be like, Rick, you're
No, I just wanted to go.
What
happened? I felt like running.
You just felt like running?
I just felt
so how'd
like
you hurt
running.
yourself?
The next day I woke up okay-ish, and then it wasn't throughout the day where I started feeling like this pain in my right leg, like up and down my leg, and it really hurts. So now I'm kind of walking like a robot.
And that was just from the treadmill?
Yeah, just treadmill.
Huh. I don't know.
And it has been a while since I ran, so.
Did you do any sort of stretching before?
I never stretch.
Well, that's why. You're supposed to do static stretches and then dynamic stretching after.
That's because I'm just a genius.
Actually, I think I have the reverse thing. You do dynamic first and then you do static. Anyways, it doesn't matter. This isn't workout hour.
But yeah, for the most part, it's been one busy hell of a week, obviously, because I couldn't put shows together, put their show notes together.
Well, I guess, yeah, and I've been busy too. So, we still have a show, though. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
We're terrible, though. Rick and I both didn't watch the Video Game Awards, so we can't really comment much on that. If Mike were here, he probably would comment on that.
Yeah.
And we probably would be able to comment on it, too, because it just bounced off of Mike.
Unless Mike joins us in the chat later.
Yeah.
But for the most part, we do have some trailers to talk about. And
no news, huh? Like, not
story.
a single bit of... Oh, do we have a story?
One story.
Do we?
With the trailer.
Oh, okay.
That you had your interest in. Did you want to talk about that?
I mean...
Or shall we talk about it? Because you can really read it together. So apparently AMC is putting together a new show called The Terror. It's a Ridley Scott's historical horror show on AMC. Which AMC everybody knows puts out Preacher, Walking Dead. Mm-hmm. So they have a good track record of putting out some good content.
It's pretty cool. So what's it say? It uses the true story of Captain Sir John Franklin's lost expedition in the late 1800s and adds a supernatural twist. That sounds cool. And we're going to watch the first teaser.
We're going to watch a teaser trailer for
it. It starts in March.
Which
I think that's, not that far away. Exciting.
I didn't even test out the sound, so
we're okay.
What happened back there? Our situation is more dire than you may understand. There's nothing to be afraid of.
There's that line that's in a lot of this horror stuff based on true events. Oh, it's literally a fucking teaser.
Wow, that was quite a teaser.
Okay. Well, this kind of showed a lot. I mean, the off the premise alone, I'm interested. But I mean, what about you?
Yeah. The more and more horror genre gets tossed my way, the more and more I seem to like it.
Plus, you like history.
Yeah. Plus, this is definitely something I've never heard of, and definitely has my interest with the history of Captain Sir John Franklin. There was a show that I used to watch called The Turn, where it kind of started, or was well,
I've never
it's
heard
off
of it.
air. It's off the air now.
Oh, is it old?
I think it had this last season, this year or
Okay.
earlier this year, and I never finished it, obviously, because that's who I am.
At least you admit to it.
Yeah, at least I admit.
My name is Rick, and this is who I am.
And this is who I am. I never
start
finish
things
shows.
and I don't finish shows. I don't finish stuff.
Um,
You finish some things,
Uh-huh.
like your food.
like my food. Yeah, I always
Just
finish my
fucking with
food.
Sometimes you don't. It's disappointing.
But yeah, I liked what I did see of The Turn, as far as historicalness goes. This is interesting.
Yeah, I'll obviously we can comment more when there's a more.
And there's a more longer trailer.
Yeah, when
We
there's a
know
longer
little bit
trailer
more.
or whatever. Yeah, I mean, that's good. They call it a teaser. It really was a teaser, so that's fine. But I'm anxious to see how this turns out. It's cool, because we are starting to get to that point where we're going to start hearing about. Well, never mind. I mean, we had the fall season, so a lot of new shows had already happened, but a lot of new shows also end up coming out in the new year too. So that's cool. March start.
Kind of talking on TV right now. We're gonna go off on a tangent like we usually do.
Sounds good to me.
All right. I watched more. I caught up to current of Runaways.
Okay.
I love that show, man.
It's that good, huh?
I love that fucking show.
How
dude.
often do they release an episode? Like one?
I think it's once or twice a week.
Once or twice a week. Do you know
Yeah.
what day?
Tuesday. It seems to be Tuesday, I believe.
Okay.
I think it's once a week. But yeah, I was, I think, 3 episodes behind. Or 2 episodes. 2 or 3 episodes behind, and I caught up. And holy shit, man, that show is right now a high contender for probably my favorite show of the year.
Something we've never voted on ever.
I know.
But, yeah. Wow.
But I highly, highly think you'll enjoy it. Because
you
it has
mentioned
a
that.
lot that I think you would enjoy. So just wanted to throw that out there because, fuck, it's good.
How many episodes have there been?
There's 5
There's
now,
been
I
5?
think. Yeah, there's 5.
I also saw, I don't remember how I saw it. I think maybe I had signed into, I think I was on the Some Shit We Like Twitter. I don't know, maybe it was on Twitter or something, but I saw that you started watching Sneaky Pete.
Yeah, I was about. That's what I was going to mention. I started watching Sneaky Pete, finished the first episode, got hooked. I felt like it was a kind of a slow start,
Keep going.
but
It is.
no, I mean the pilot. Just talking about the pilot right
Okay.
now. But once you get to the ending of it, that's very kind of bing.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the cherry on the
Yeah.
Sunday, I guess. I don't know where that came from, but
Right from your mouth.
I'm almost done with the second episode. I mean, fucking customers interrupt me when I'm trying to watch a show.
I mean, how dare
Jeez.
people bother you while you're trying to watch TV at work?
I know.
Bullshit.
So I watched that, and then I also watched the pilot for, what is it called? The Good Doctor, I think it's called.
Okay. It's
With,
got I forget his name, but it's got the kid from,
Oh, you know where he's from?
yeah, he's from Bates Motel.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he was Norman on Bates Motel.
Is that no longer...
It's over.
Oh, well, obviously, because he has
It
this...
ended. I mean, like, it didn't get canceled. It's over.
Freddie
Freddie Highmore.
Highmore. So,
What brought your interest to that?
a YouTube friend of mine watches this.
Okay.
And it's also something that I saw when I was in theaters. You know, they kind of showed like, oh, this is something like I've never done before. You know, how they have those cheesy ads in the beginning
yeah.
before. It actually looked interesting. Doctor with autism, and the beginning was just really, really hooks you in, and it's really good. It's I've only seen like one episode, so I can't really compare it to that, but of Grey's Anatomy. But I think I could see it
Being like that.
being like
what
that.
channel is it on? Is it on ABC?
ABC.
Okay. It's not a Shonda Rhimes show, is it? No, it's not.
No. David Shore,
Okay.
which he has. That name sounds familiar. He did. What did he do? He did House, which totally makes sense now. So, and Sneaky Pete, or part of Sneaky Pete too, I guess.
Oh, interesting.
It's funny how that seemed to cross together.
That is kind of weird. Yeah. The other thing I learned about you is that you will start shows that people on YouTube recommend to you, but you will not get caught up on the shows that I fucking tell you to watch.
Well, I've already had an interest in that show, so.
You already have started Riverdale and iZombie and have an interest.
I do, and I'll get to that.
Are you saying you aren't interested in those shows?
I'm not saying I'm not interested. I'm not.
So it basically sounds like you're saying you
I
are
am interested.
I'm just breaking your balls, Rick.
But yeah, I just figured I'd bring it up because it's something new that I watched.
Okay.
And but there's nothing more I would recommend to you than watching Runaways. And did I finish Defenders?
Did you
I
finish
think
Defenders?
I think I did. I just can't remember what happened.
Are you sure?
No, I don't think I did finish it. No.
You know, you're just trying to keep up with your reputation.
I know.
You need to start watching Punisher.
Because I want to start watching Punisher.
And you need to start watching the other shows that I just mentioned that are all there for the taking.
Yeah. So,
I haven't watched. I don't think I've watched.
you watch anything yet?
I don't think I've watched anything new this week, unless I'm forgetting. I have a lot of stuff. Like I still need to watch the Hey Arnold movie that's sitting there waiting for me. You're probably gonna have to find that on the internet somehow, huh? Because because you can't record. Okay.
No, and it's on cable.
Need to watch Psych the movie.
Yeah, I watched some of that. I didn't finish it because I fell asleep. I was tired last night.
Not that it's not because it was boring.
I was just tired. It was funny.
And then, I mean, we talked about them last week, but I am curious about some of those, about the Netflix shows that we kind of talked about, like Dark. Like, I think I want to check that out. And then, I got one. Actually, maybe, I don't think we have to add the trailer, but have you heard of a show on Netflix called Glitch?
I heard Cord Cutters talk about that show.
Well, I guess I am the producer of Cord Cutters.
Apparently you are.
Yeah. So it's kind of weird. Like my parents have gotten pretty obsessive about TV, it seems like. Like I don't know what the deal is. I don't know if they're just getting older and it's just like they watch so much stuff. They digest so much television. They do it really fast. And my mom told me, it's like, oh yeah, like we just started the show called Glitch. Have you ever heard of it? And sometimes like I don't know. I feel like I generally have a good, kind of have my finger on the pulse of what's going on with what's like on TV. See, 2015. I wonder if it started off somewhere else because it is. The show is, I think the show is British, maybe. So maybe that's why it's 2015 and it just came to Netflix. But anyways, I don't know. But I feel like I usually have a good idea of like what's happening on TV. So when my mom tells me about a show and I haven't heard of it, I'm just kind of like, it seems like you guys kind of watch a little bit of everything. I don't know what to think. But apparently it has something to do with like the dead comes back to life, kind of. But it's interesting. Like it's not just simple like that. We could watch the trailer if you want to. I'm talking about it enough to where we could.
Well, I'll just bring up the information for you.
Okay. Well, if you want to, let me know. But anyways, so she brought it up to me. And then suddenly I started hearing about it everywhere. Like, I was watching the Kind of Funny Morning Show, and, like, I think Greg Miller's, like, I just started watching the show called Glitch. It's like, that's so weird, and so that made me watch the trailer. So that's another show that I'm kind of... There's a lot of shows that that are waiting for me that I just haven't started, which is kind of nice this time of year, especially because so many shows are about to enter or have already entered their mid-season finales.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Flash, Supergirl, Arrow, Legends of Tomorrow, those are all done.
I mean... Times have changed, man. Like, I remember, like, when we were growing up and stuff, TV was just dead in the summer. You know what I mean? Like, school would get out, and it'd be awesome, but then, like, nothing was on TV. But now it's different. Now there's shows that start in May and go into the summer. There's some shows that start in the summer. And then there's some shows that start late enough in the fall to where it kind of takes you up to Christmas, and then the holidays happen, and then by the first week of January, there's more shows. Like, they've kind of have a new system now where there isn't that much of a dead period. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Now with the internet, we get a ton of more shows.
Yeah.
But I've heard of Glitch. I just haven't watched it.
I think you should watch the trailer.
I'll give it. The premise sounds very interesting.
Yeah. If we feel like we have more time in the show, maybe we could throw it on. But because it seems like a show that you would like. I still think, and I know I brought this up before, that I feel like This Is Us is a Rick show, even though I've never seen it. But I feel like
watch
that's a
that.
show. I know you do.
Yeah.
And I already told you should watch Outlander.
It's Australian.
So I knew there was an accent. I just had it wrong. So that makes sense because I don't know how new or old it is on Netflix, and I think there's 2 seasons on Netflix already.
Yeah,
the
there's
second
already
season.
I think I saw something when I googled it. That's
Yeah.
already gonna get picked up for a 3rd.
Yeah. So anyways, that's another show. There's a lot of stuff to watch, which, like I said, is kind of cool this time of year. If you run out of Christmas movies to watch. Have you watched any Christmas movies?
Have I watched any Christmas?
You've made it festive. Is it on camera? Is your tree?
Oh yeah, I got my tree right here. It is on camera.
Yeah.
I try to frame it so it would be on camera.
Did you buy the lights and everything, or did you already have those?
No, I bought the lights. I bought the trees.
Look at you getting all creative. You have white lights on the bottom and the base,
Yeah.
and then it's colored on the inside, and you have like holly in there.
Yeah,
Well, the tree came.
The tree came with the holly and like the pine cones, but I bought the lights. They're battery operated, which I love, and they have like a 6-hour timer on it, so I can just leave them on and they'll turn themselves off.
So what kind of battery is that? Like a watch
Double A.
battery?
Oh shit, AA.
Double A.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they got this, which I was gonna put on top, but it's a little too heavy.
Yeah.
From Adventure Time.
Yeah.
I have no idea. I don't watch it, so. I don't.
Oh, it's the Ice King.
Oh, the Ice King. Yeah, I just like the penguins on it. Oh, mine's messed up.
Oh, okay, Rick. Don't have a breakdown on the air right now. We're doing a podcast. We're live.
Whatever.
Well, that's cool. You got a tree.
So
yeah, Christmas stuff. Have you watched any Christmas movies yet?
no, I've been wanting to watch.
Elf.
Not Elf.
But you
Santa
always
Claus.
watch Elf.
I don't always watch Elf.
I thought you like Elf.
Oh yeah, I like it, but I don't always watch it.
Oh, I thought that was.
No, I
one of
like
your
just
ones.
watched that movie a few years ago.
I know, but you
'Cause of
really
you
liked
guys.
it though.
Yeah, I liked it a lot.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to watch the Santa Claus.
John Favreau.
Huh?
Die Hard.
Oh well, yeah, that's
Die
a,
Hard.
everyone makes
I
that
feel
comment.
like that's a given. Like everyone always says Die Hard.
Yeah.
Die Hard 20.
Oh yeah. Did you know about this? When I was at the store, we were at the store the other day, and they actually like maybe this is old information, but it's new to me. I'm not in bookstores that often, or I just haven't been in a bookstore in a while. But
What's a book?
because I don't read. But there's actually like a Die Hard Christmas story book with pictures and everything, like a little small, like looks like a children's
Really?
book. Yeah. I should have taken a photo of it.
Shit.
Yeah,
That's pretty cool.
I thought that was kind of interesting that they did that.
I'll probably
Because
buy it.
everyone always says, like, oh, like, it's gotten to the point to where it's annoying. Though. It's like, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Die Hard. Like, I feel like people say it to, like, sound cool or edgy or something. You know?
I think it's everyone says it. Everything's just over with over.
It's just gotten to the point to
I
where
mean, it's not that it's not a bad movie. It's a great movie.
No, it's nothing on the movie, but it's just, like, I feel like now, like, it started with people trying, like, Christmas movie, and then it's almost like a smart-ass answer to, like, Die Hard. It's like, yeah, it is a Christmas movie, and that whole conversation starts, and you get it.
Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Love that movie.
I had a friend in college that was all about that movie, like wanted to see it. And I remember I wanted to see it, and I
Well,
never
I tried to
did.
get you to watch it, but you kept falling asleep.
Was I?
Yeah, back in the Orange County days.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I just fell asleep.
you just kept.
I was wondering if that was
a
a time where I had too much to drink here.
not
and
here.
it was
No, it
Okay.
wasn't here. It wasn't here.
Okay.
No, it was back in Orange County,
Huh.
and
I just
maybe
must
you
have
did
been
have too much to
tired.
drink.
No, I don't think. I mean, it was probably one of those days where you just came by after work. That's kind of that movie is another one that fits into the category of like, it's not
It could
supposed to
be
be a
either
Christmas
or.
movie,
Yeah.
but it is.
I mean, Shane Black always centers his movies around Christmas,
Yeah.
just like with Iron Man 3.
I was gonna say I've seen a bunch already, but I guess I haven't seen a bunch. I just on one night we watched Nightmare Before Christmas was on in the background, and then we watched Home Alone 1 and 2.
I feel like Nightmare Before Christmas is a buffer between Halloween and Christmas.
I think it could go either way. I think it could be
It could
Either
go,
type of movie.
Yeah, I can go both.
yeah.
Christmas. or
So I've
Halloween.
watched those so far. So I guess I haven't really watched that many. I feel like I have. But Elf is one that I always try to watch now. Like, as you know, I don't know. Annie loves Elf too. So, And then the Santa Claus, which Mike mentioned,
Well, yeah,
and maybe I think this week, I think it's this week, because I want to say when we were all on here as a full threesome, the hottest threesome in podcasting, Mike had gotten like a notification about how all the Santa Claus movies were going to be on Netflix. But
that's right. Yeah.
I think it wasn't until like December 15th or something like that. So not yet. So that'll be nice because I definitely like watching the Santa
Holy
Claus.
Day.
What?
The Holy Day
The 15th?
of this month, yeah. Star
Oh
Wars.
God, yeah, yeah. But we're gonna see it on the 14th.
Well, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, Santa Claus is definitely one I love to watch.
I've always been like, yeah. I've always, not always. I think so. I remember, and I hate it because like it's always been a year, so I never know what we've talked about or what we haven't talked about. So sorry to anyone that's a long time listener. I'm gonna go fucking Kevin Smith on you right now and repeat stories because I don't know if you've heard this shit before. But I think that kind of started. I remember, as a little kid, you're like super into Christmas or whatever, and like I just always couldn't wait till it was like dark and like time to go to sleep so I could wake up and like open stuff. You know what I mean?
Right.
Of course, like any kid. And so Christmas Eve for us was always just kind of chill. Like I know some people sometimes open their stuff on Christmas Eve and
That was our family.
and do
We did
that. For us, it was always
Like,
it was always Christmas Day. Like I always opened up stuff with just like my parents or when I was even younger, my brother and sister were there too, sometimes, and would open stuff at the house. Then we'd go to family's place and open more stuff on Christmas Day. So Christmas Eve, for the most part, there might have been some years where it was different. It was always just kind of like a quiet night for us. Like, so I'm just like, I want to go to sleep. I want to open my stuff. I want this day to be over.
Early.
And so I think I tried to, like, I'm talking little kid. Like, I'm like 8 or younger, maybe 7 or younger. Like, I don't know. I tried to, like, make it a tradition to, like, on Christmas Eve, we'll go to the movies. Because I just felt like, oh, that'll burn some time, and then I'll go home, and maybe I'll go to bed or whatever. And so I think like the first year that I did that, or one of the first years I did that, we saw the Santa Claus, and ever since then, like I remember I owned it on tape on VHS, and like that became a movie that I used to watch without question, on Christmas Eve. So that's where that started with me with the Santa Claus. So yeah,
I remember seeing that in theater as well.
But that was my thing. I think that's where it started. Was like I said, that was the beginning. My inaugural, like we're gonna go see the movies or go to the movies on Christmas Eve. And so that's how that started. So I just thought I'd share.
That's a
Your
good
hair's
story.
sitting
Yeah, I
up.
know. I've been trying to push it down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
did you say that's a good story?
Yeah.
Oh well, thank you. I'm glad I melted your heart with that terrible story, but.
Well, yeah. My family, we did everything pretty much like either 10 or 11 o'clock at night
On Christmas Eve.
Yeah, and then in the morning we would just have like a giant breakfast with family or whatever.
See, I guess it's just what I was accustomed to, but for me, like I don't know. Okay, so so if you're opening stuff on Christmas Eve, like what was your Santa situation? Because, Santa comes on Christmas Eve, like in the morning, did you have stuff that was from Santa?
I don't think, as far as I remember, we weren't pushed. Santa wasn't pushed on us.
Wow.
Because, my mom's a hardcore Christian, so I bought you these fucking gifts, there's no fat man.
So you never did
So we never actually had like, oh, Santa brought this for you.
You didn't hang the stocking and leave cookies and milk and stuff?
No.
You and Brian.
If I did, it was probably because my dad gets home late at night, and he's probably
Your dad was the fat man.
my dad was a fat man.
I remember there was one year because my parents, they had the fucking giant camera or whatever, and they would always be filming stuff, and so this stuff would be on tape, and there was some present that was there that wasn't there until Christmas morning. So I'm assuming everything that's on the ground or whatever is from Santa, right? And you could catch on camera my dad, like, there's some present that I'm super pumped about, and my dad's like, that's not from Santa, that's from me. And I'm like, no, it's from Santa. And my dad was like you could hear him getting angry, like, this fucking fat old man is not going to take credit for something that is from me, even though it's really all from him. But like he wanted me to know that was from him.
Shit. I kind of wished I had that child-like dream of a fat man bringing gifts, but I didn't.
There
have
wasn't
that.
any point where you believed it?
None.
It's a little creepy.
Yeah, it sucks.
Huh.
I think I convinced my little sister though, just because I was to mess with her.
But nothing
But-
ever was different for her. Like it wasn't like you guys
No,
followed
no.
through.
No.
Okay, so yeah, so for me, like that was such a thing where if I opened everything up on Christmas Eve, I'd feel like Christmas morning is like nothing. Like Christmas Day is just like, well, that's
No,
it.
I woke up and was looking forward to food
Like any other day
like any other day
of the year. Are there any other Christmas movies that you? I
well,
know.
you
I know
know
we
what?
talk about
I-
this on the show a lot, but go
Like
ahead.
my grandparents, they would actually have something for me. If I didn't see them on
You guys
Christmas
would do
Day,
something.
like I would see them like either the day after Christmas, and they'd actually usually give me something.
Yeah.
But now that I think about that, yeah.
Any other movies though? Have you ever seen any of the Bad Santa movies? Are they
I've never
good?
seen any of the bad Santa
I haven't
movies.
either, and like I don't know.
Yeah, I've never seen.
I know you like Love Actually,
Love Actually is another one that I like.
and that was
to
good. I
watch.
think I watched that for the first time last year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I told you about.
Yeah.
Somehow,
You've always wanted me to watch
Push
that,
that
and
on
then I
you.
watched it, and yeah. And I follow through with stuff that people push on me. So, how do we get on Christmas? Oh,
I have no idea because it's tree
I
in
think
the
I talked about
background.
your tree and all that other stuff, and so, anyways,
That's
okay.
what we do.
Yeah, we just talk about random stuff. What is next?
Well, we have some more trailers for you, and this trailer is Jurassic World: The Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah, Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom.
No, the.
Fallen King. Okay, yeah.
I
Let's
actually
get into
haven't
it.
seen this yet. Have you?
I haven't. I've been waiting to watch it.
Yeah,
On
I haven't seen it.
movie mode.
So, are you dating like an accountant now, or
Owen,
ventriloquist?
stop it.
You love a dummy.
This is not why we're here.
You can blame me, try to shame me,
I know why we're here.
but I'll care.
A rescue op. Save the dinosaurs from an island that's about to explode.
Those will love me.
What could go wrong?
Blue is alive. You raised her.
Do these animals deserve the same protections given to other species? Or should they just be left to die?
These creatures were here before us. If we're not careful, they're gonna be here after. You know me.
Bite his hand off. That would have been amazing. So far, it seems like the kids that were in the first one aren't in this one at all, huh?
Life cannot be contained. Life breaks free.
Because right there's like two brothers in the first one.
Finds a way.
They're all about Pat and Bryce. That was how all right. What'd you think, Rick? Am I misremembering though? Because yeah, like the first, it's been a while since I've only seen it once too.
Yeah,
like,
there was like the.
there's like an
the
older brother
nephews.
and the
the
little brother. The little brother was excited about going. The older brother thought it was lame, and there was some girl there that the brother like kind of
Yeah,
like, was excited about.
yeah. obviously not.
Obviously
in
not. I
this
guess
movie.
it's not really about them. So it
This
doesn't
is all
really
about
matter.
the dinosaurs this time.
Or the focus is on Chris Pratt and
Chris
Bryce
Pratt,
Dallas Howard.
yeah. This looks really good.
I think it
I'm
looks cool.
still
Yeah.
interested.
Yeah.
Still sparks my interest. But like, I get the premise that they're going back to save these dinosaurs, right? But
The premise
because
is they're going back because the first movie made a lot of money.
well, yeah.
So they have to go back.
But
The first movie.
the first movie. To save these dinosaurs because the island's gonna blow up. But like, you save these dinosaurs. Where the fuck are you gonna put them?
I
You know?
Well,
They're made to eat. Well, not people, but they're made to eat stuff. You
Yeah.
know.
just like
Well, it's
everything
like-
in this world.
Well, yeah, but like
Well,
these are a
that's-
lot larger than like
That's what the movie, I guess, is gonna explain to us.
Hopefully, because other than that, this sounds kind of stupid.
You gotta see the movie first.
Like, just let them die because
Okay.
you don't want them to take over like New York or something and like kill the entire population.
I'll have to see what happens, and then we'll find out
And
when it's over.
what happened to King Kong?
I don't know.
So yeah, there's that trailer, and
Wonder why there was so much. I felt like there was like a long focus of when they all drop into the water. At the end, I was halfway expecting like they're dropping, and all of a sudden there's the lost city of Atlantis or something. I'm like, our world's gonna be colliding. Wouldn't that have been amazing though?
that would have been
That'd been
pretty
kinda
damn
cool.
cool. So
All right. Well, there's our reaction. It sounds like we liked it, or interested, but then Rick's got issues. But I think those might be solved when you see the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I think it'll be solved by then.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the horror seat.
Yeah, again. So this isn't a new trailer. We kind of hinted that we were going to watch this a few times on the show and haven't. Rick's sister has a story about this. 'cause
My
there's
sister's been to this house.
Yeah, the Winchester
and,
house.
She experienced some pretty creepy stuff while she was there
Oh, okay, wow.
that resonated even after she was there.
After, too?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So
Do you remember the details, or do you just not want to...
I'm not that good of a storyteller
Okay.
in a sense, and I don't want to trip over anything. But hopefully, I'll get her. If it's not here, maybe over Skype.
Yeah, can we Skype her in sometime?
Yeah. I probably should have texted her before we did this. Well, whatever. Let's get into this trailer. And
Well, we could always do that when we see the movie, too.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
So...
Yeah.
So this is called Winchester, the house that ghosts built. It's a real house, real place, obviously. Helen Mirren's in this. Someone else, there's a few other big actors in this, if I recall.
I think so.
Audio's a little low.
With no apparent rhyme or reason. Each maze of halls more confusing than the
Oh,
next.
that guy. I forget his name, but he's
It's under
recognizable.
never-ending construction. It was built on the orders of a grieving widow.
That totally looks like the nun walking down the hallway.
A little bit, yeah.
Sarah
Honestly,
Winchester
when we
is
were
the
in the
majority
theater and saw this
shareholder
trailer,
of
I thought
Winchester
this was
Receiving
going to be a
Arms
nun
Company.
teaser because they show her walking down slowly and then expose the
Get away from
face.
her. We're worried about her sanity, Dr. Bryce.
Do you believe in
Actual
ghosts, Doctor?
face.
I do not believe in anything I cannot see or study.
Yeah.
I can feel it. In the air, in the walls. This spirit has a power we've not seen before.
Don't do this to
It
me.
has found us.
Don't do this
Come on,
to
Rick.
me.
You knew it was
I
coming!
know. The suspense.
So I'm excited about that movie. I think it comes out early February 2018. And I looked up the date before we went on. We might have been streaming when I saw the date. I think it's like February 2nd. Don't quote me, but February. So that looks cool. And when we see it, or at some point, and when we review it, let's get your sister on Skyped in, or if she wants to be on camera, that's fine too. Or even if you want to pre-record it.
I think it's probably gonna be pre-recorded.
Yeah. Because it'd be cool to hear her stories. But
yeah,
that's cool to you too, right?
Oh yeah, it does look good.
Yeah.
I mean, true story horror movies are definitely intriguing me a lot more.
Based on.
Based on, yeah.
But yeah, this is an actual place.
And it's where is it at?
It's somewhere in Northern California.
Northern California. Okay,
yeah.
that's what I. Yeah, okay. We should go.
Yeah, that'd be cool to go to.
Check it out.
It could be a vlog.
It could be an interesting vlog.
Could be a vlog.
Which, by the way, I'm doing Vlogmas. Shameless plug.
Have you hit every day? You haven't, have you?
No, I missed 2 days.
Yeah, I'm behind on your
just because I
videos.
didn't really have ideas. I ran out of like pre-taped stuff, pre-recorded stuff. Anyways,
I think you put too much pressure on yourself. Like you.
Well, this season.
You aren't. I get
month,
it.
I'm not putting that pressure on me, so I didn't really care that I didn't have anything.
I think even just for your own sanity to say that you did the 25 days of it, even if you turned on the camera for a second and just like showed your little Christmas tree and then waved or something, post it. It's a video.
Yeah. So we got another trailer.
This I'm excited about. You haven't seen this yet? You've heard people talk about it.
No, we're still stuck in movie mode, so perfect.
All right, great. Well, because there's a lot of trailers on this show.
Yep. Go back.
That looks inappropriate for some reason to me. Anyways.
Demonetized.
So I just heard about this earlier this week. This also, I think, starts in February, and I just think this is going to be fucking awesome. It's based on a book.
Yes.
But I think this is going to be really cool.
Centuries ago, mankind discovered a way to transfer
This is called
consciousness into a
altered
new
carbon.
body, making death a mere inconvenience. Since then, we've been providing an unparalleled pedigree of human sleep to only the most discerning clientele. Psychosec, live forever in the body you deserve.
The danger of living too many times. You forget to fear death.
February 2nd, same day as the Winchester movie. So I think that looks great. I know that that's pretty much a teaser too, and doesn't show much. What do you think about that?
I like that it doesn't show much because there's so much now that we don't know about that we want to know about.
But do you think that looks good?
I think it looks really good.
Because it's
I'm really
it's a sci-fi show coming to Netflix, and I think that looks awesome. I can't wait for that show.
Yeah, that's always been kind of a thing that, well, I mean, I'm sure everyone has thought about, you know, if only we could like transfer ourselves into something else, machine or not, that'd be actually really pretty damn awesome. But yeah, I'm totally interested in this. I heard about it on Cord Killers, like I mentioned earlier, I think, or off pre-show, and it just sounded awesome. And yeah, it is based on
it's based on a book. I don't know.
I don't remember who the author is. I'm trying to remember.
Isn't like Philip Kingsley or something? I feel like I'm totally making that up.
Philip Kingsley. You're mixing up
well,
Ben
maybe I'm not
Kingsley
though. Like
Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Okay, look it up, asshole. Let's see if I'm fucking close.
Altered Carbon.
Well, it might not show it in IMDb though. You might need to Google what book it's based off of.
Perhaps.
I don't know. Here, actually, I think I have a story up on my phone still.
Okay. Well, it looks awesome. And
yeah, it looks really cool. Here, I'm on this.
God damn it! Why is
Okay.
so slowly?
Kingsley was wrong, but it's a 10-episode series based on the Philip K. Dick. Oh wait, Philip K. Dick award-winning. God damn it, that's an award. I remember the name of the award. The author is Richard Morgan.
Okay. You just wanted to say Dick.
I didn't though. I said Philip Kingsley. Well, I had a K right.
But
Philip
you
and
just
K.
you put an emphasis
award.
on the Dick.
Well, what do you want me to do? Anyways, it's from Richard Morgan, so there you go.
Um,
If you want to know more, though, like here's a synopsis. So it's an intriguing story of murder, love, sex, and betrayal, set more than 300 years in the future. Society has been transformed by new technology. Consciousness can be digitized. Human bodies are interchangeable. Death is no longer permanent. Let's see. Takeshi Kovacs is the lone surviving soldier in a group of elite interstellar warriors who were defeated in an uprising against the New World Order. His mind was imprisoned on ice for centuries until Lawrence Bancroft, an impossibly wealthy, long-lived man, offers Kovacs the chance to live again. In exchange, Kovacs has to solve a murder, that of Bancroft. I think it fucking sounds awesome.
It sounds
like, the synopsis
pretty cool.
sounds amazing.
The trailer, the way it looked, like visually, kind of looked Blade Runner-ish.
Yeah, it kind of does.
With the dark themed aesthetics of it and the colors. Like a mix between the two Blade Runners, really.
So it sounds like there's speculation that there's some moolah behind this show because a Canadian outlet, The Province, reported that Netflix moved into a state-of-the-art studio in British Columbia that could accommodate hundreds of staff. And Gizmodo wrote that per episode spending could end up in the millions per episode. So
how much they...
If aesthetic and this article then goes on, if aesthetic and visual believability matters to you and your sci-fi decisions, evidently Altered Carbon will fall into the Westworldy higher end of that spectrum. That's another fucking show that we watched together, the trailer, and you were so in. Yes, we watched the trailer together in Studio A, and you were so in, and you never watched it, and that's all right there for you for the taking on HBO Go.
Yep.
You're fucking up on that too, because that's another show that you like. Like whenever, if you message me and say that you're bored, I'm gonna say you're full of shit. You have so much to do.
You know what I need to do? I need to just write the important shows I need to watch just on that whiteboard.
I think
so when I think of something that I need to watch, I can just look at my board.
Mm-hmm. I better take a picture because I need to make sure certain shows are on that board. So Rick, you and I, we saw a movie this week. A movie that we've kind of been talking about for a while, and you're responsible for me even having a desire to see this movie, you son of a bitch.
Yeah.
I love your mom. I didn't mean it that way, but you know what I mean. And I don't mean that I love your mom in that way either, you know. I mean it. Okay, anyways. So, Rick, what did we go see?
We saw The Disaster Artist.
We said not the room. We saw The Disaster Artist, not The Room.
Artist.
Not The Room. Which, you know, is the movie...
Which is the movie that Dan Herman introduced to me. Didn't change my life. Then I introduced it to you and Annie and changed your guys' life.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
And it led us to watching this Disaster Artist movie with James Franco and Dave Franco, Seth
Rogen, Alison Brie, lots of people.
Lots of people. Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, lots of cameos. Lots of cameos in the beginning, opening, Kristen Bell.
Yeah.
And a bunch, a lot of people. I don't know, I'm forgetting
Kevin
them now.
Smith.
Kevin Smith, that one dude who's in Step Brothers and a lot of other movies.
John C. Reilly?
No. He's Will Ferrell's brother in Step Brothers.
John C. Reilly?
Adam? No. Not his step brother, his
Adam
actual brother. Adam
Scott.
I think Adam Scott. Is that right? We got it right. Anyways, lots of people. It doesn't fucking matter. So, refresh my memory.
Veronica Mars, right?
Huh?
He was on Veronica Mars.
Was he?
Yeah.
Really?
He played the teacher who was framed for having an affair with a student. Yeah.
Wouldn't he have been too young for that?
No. He was in it. Well, while you check on that.
Well, I mean, I believe you, I guess. I mean, you know Veronica Mars better than I do.
Then
okay.
he did
That's fine. We're talking about the right guys. No big deal. So refresh my memory. What's the name of the book again?
The Disaster Artist. It's the name of the book. That
is The Disaster Artist too? Okay, I couldn't remember. Yeah. So this truly is... Well, you've read the book, I haven't read the book, but this is truly kind of a movie based on the book.
That is correct. Sir.
All right. So, well, let's start this out. First of all, what did you think?
I thought the movie was very well done.
Okay.
It's insane how detailed this movie was to mimicking The Room movie and also portraying some of the scenes that were, or the parts in some of the books to on-screen real life.
And that's my follow-up. So keep going with your opinions, but also how close to the book did you feel like the movie was? How much did they leave out? Did they leave out?
They left it a lot.
Because the book isn't very long, though, I think, right? From what you told me, isn't it like
it's
under
like
200 pages?
Something like that, yeah.
So it's not very... Okay. But they did leave out a lot, you're saying.
Yeah, they did leave out quite a bit.
Do you feel like... Sorry, I'm asking
But
something.
as far as... Okay.
One more thing. And then on top of that, another follow-up to the question. Do you feel like... Did they add stuff into the movie that wasn't really in the book, where maybe they took creative license a little bit? And then go ahead. All you, no more
Yes,
interruptions.
that would jump in towards the end. Though.
Okay.
So I read the book, as we just said, and as far as like the book followed the movie, I would say kind of like Tommy Wiseau has been saying within interviews, it's pretty much 99.9% accurate.
Wow.
Towards everything they talked about in the book, and everything followed to the movie. You know, the him buying both standard and HD cameras, buying everything. You know, no rent, just buy. But yeah, it pretty much followed the book pretty accurately, other than taking out scenes that wasn't in the book or not in the movie, right? Did I say that right?
So there's, in other words,
There's
not
parts of the
everything
book-
from the book
Yeah,
is in the movie.
obviously, because the book's pretty long.
It's gonna be full spoilers, by the way. Just so
Yeah,
you guys
full
know.
spoilers.
So, we'll probably put something on the bottom of this.
Yeah, I mean, if I really wanted to, I
show.
could do that.
There you go. Do it. It's done.
Leave it up?
Leave it up.
All right. So
you also do think that the movie took some creative license also? And if so, how and where and when?
yeah, well, they bought the rights to the book and the likeness rights. So yeah, I mean, as soon as I think it was as soon as James. This is also from interviews I've been watching. Like as soon as he finished reading the book and watching the movie, like he wanted to make this movie. Just like
James Franco.
Yeah, he just wanted to make this movie, and he wanted to be as accurate as all possible. And he talked about the conversation he had when he called up Tommy to get his likeness rights, and even Tommy himself said like first actor he wanted was Johnny Depp, of course.
Wow.
And then his second choice was actually James Franco, because he's seen a lot of his movies.
Okay.
So yeah, there's things that I wish it touched the movie touched on that was in the book, but it really didn't. All the parts I wanted it to touch on, it didn't touch on that part at all.
So there's stuff that you were really hoping was there and it wasn't. So are you a little disappointed?
I am a little disappointed, but I guess at the same time, like I shouldn't be too surprised that wasn't in the book or in the movie. It was just something I really was interested to see. Like I thought they were gonna do a flash forward, flashback type of thing with like kind of like the book does.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't do that.
When did the book come out again? Like year? How long after?
2009, you said?
Okay.
Back early. We'll
Okay.
talk about it.
So, like I said, refresh my memory again. When the book came out, Tommy wasn't happy.
He wasn't happy with it because of how much he said in that book.
Did he know the book was being written?
I'm pretty sure he did, yeah.
But just the end product he wasn't happy with.
Yeah. I mean,
So when the book was being written, were they friends again? Because like here's where the confusion happens for me. Like in the movie, obviously I haven't read the book. It seems like everything's good between the two of them after the premiere. So I mean, at some point does shit go south again or something, or is it just like they remain friends, but Greg decided to write the book and maybe that caused a rift again? Like I don't know.
he didn't want him to write the book.
Because,
he
don't
knew
talk
he was
about me,
yeah,
don't talk about my life.
Don't, exactly.
Okay.
He didn't want...
Because I think I was always under the impression that Greg wrote the book because they weren't friends anymore. But it sounds like that wasn't totally the case.
It was the book, if I remember correctly. The book, because he didn't want him to say all that stuff.
Okay. So wait, hold on. At which point do we learn, if you even know this, that they became friends again? Because obviously after the book comes out...
Well, they went and started promoting
the book.
The book.
So
or he went promoting the book, and then like
people ask questions.
Yeah, and
Okay.
I know they ended up making up because they sometimes both go to the room premieres all over the country.
Of course.
Um,
So this wasn't like a backstabbing thing. It wasn't like he, didn't know the book was being written.
He wanted to.
Probably wanted him.
He wanted to tell the
fabricate
story.
something.
Yeah, he wanted to tell the story of how it was made. But yeah, everything as far as what I did like they included him spying on everyone with the behind the scenes guy, and in the book he talks about how he would always show up late on set, always tired, always groggy, because he was staying up all night watching all those tapes, which we only got like one scene of him watching.
Yeah. And I get that.
Which makes sense.
Right. How many times do you have to show that?
Yeah. Which makes sense. But yeah, like that's why he was always late to set. And there was little hints throughout the filming of the movie where he's like, I know what you're saying, I hear what you're saying.
Right.
And then it led up to that part where we saw in the movie. So that made sense how condensed.
Because that part in the movie is like followed up almost directly after we see him watching the tapes on his own.
And the whole part with Juliet in bed too, that was all in the book too.
That is fucked up.
Yeah, it was fucked up. The part where they're playing in the park, and he starts asking him all these questions. Like, where does the money come from? How old are you? Where are you from? Like that scene was in the book too.
Mm-hmm.
And that part in the movie where they're throwing that football around, all that was obviously you saw was in the movie. Like they were literally fighting each other. They weren't play fighting.
Right. Does it seem like the fight plays out the way it was in the movie, or were like punches thrown, or was it just like a scuffle?
No, it was like a scuffle.
Okay, so
fight. So they played out pretty accurately.
Yeah.
You saw it in the movie The Room.
Right.
It's pretty much the same.
Does the not to interject, but I just have so many questions. Do the movie and book end like in the same point? Like
well, yes and no. The point where the book ends is the book ends just before the movie starts.
The book ends just before the movie starts.
The premiere. So that premiere part, like all that's.
Where they're laughing at it. That was the creative license.
That's the part where it changes. See, as far as I remember, like he doesn't say in the book how they reacted to it.
Right.
All it was like people's reactions were disgust. It wasn't.
Okay, so that's the part that they took creative
People were
license.
laughing too, but people were also like, "What the fuck is this shit?"
Right. And he obviously.
Tweaked.
I don't know.
I feel like he tweaked the ending.
Right. He doesn't. Tommy Wiseau in real life doesn't take them. Didn't think like, oh, they like me, my comedy. It's what I intended.
Yeah.
That was all okay. That makes sense.
Because I remember seeing an interview. He said it wasn't until later where he kind of was like, laughs it off. Oh yeah, it's a comedy, but that was never his intention.
That makes sense.
So yeah. I like the movie. It's these two people who want to make it in Hollywood and do their best to do it, and it's like I like the movie as well as I like the book. It's like something we all wish for. Something. Well, not all of us, but for the most part, we everyone has a dream, and these people actually try to accomplish their dream.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like it for that.
Yeah. Well, again, I want to ask another question before I give my opinion. So when he's talking about what happened in the book, like, is he trying to paint Tommy in a negative light, or is he just saying what happened? Like this. He. Like, I'm really testing you here. I'm sorry.
Well, no, it's true. There's parts in the book where it's like he's a complete asshole. Tommy's a complete asshole while they're filming this fucking movie.
Yeah.
But in the book, it jump cuts from the future to the past, so you like I say narrator because I listen to the book. It jumps to the past, Tommy's past, and him growing up, and Tommy's just his made up name. Tommy Wiseau, that's not actually his real name. As far as I know, that's not his real name.
But we don't know his real name.
Nobody knows. Yeah.
So whatever.
And he gave. Yeah.
Whatever Greg says in the book about Tommy growing up is whatever Tommy's told him then, I guess?
That's the assumption of it. And that's why he was angry with Greg for that.
Right.
Yeah, so like while you're reading the book, I mean, you hate this guy, but then you listen to like or read what he's been through. You're like, fuck. Then you start feeling bad for him. Then you jump back into set, and then he's like a complete asshole.
Mm-hmm. I feel like the movie for me doesn't show what Tommy's been through though. Like that's clearly
and that's
something
kind of
I
the
don't
part
know.
that I was hoping we would see. Where we can.
What's funny about that though is me watching the movie, having not read the book. Even though the guy is an asshole on set and stuff, I found myself kind of feeling bad for him, even just watching the movie, just because. It sucks to kind of know that you're like the joke in the room to everybody, and you either pretend that you don't realize it's happening or you do kind of know it's happening. So like in some ways, even though he's being a prick, I still found myself kind of feeling bad for it. And in some ways, I feel like, so to jump to this for a bit, I enjoyed the movie.
Right.
I thought it was good. But in some ways, I almost found the whole thing kind of depressing. Like, even after I watched the Room, like the actual movie, like when it's all said and done, I'm just I feel strange after I watch it. And I kind of feel the same way after watching The Disaster Artist, and I feel like I'm going to feel the same way after reading the book, because it's like, it's kind of depressing. Even though the movie makes it seem like everything all ended up okay, and in reality, things kind of end up okay, I guess, like... This movie is known. I don't want to say it's well known. It's more well known now, but it's known at all because people think it's a joke. you know, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, he poured his heart into this, wanting it to be a serious movie, Oscar contending movie, which just wasn't.
He's just legit, just a weird dude.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets nominated. Just because it's a movie based on Hollywood, and that's what the critics and the people at the Oscars like.
Now, how funny is that though? Like,
if
that were to happen, like that's what Tommy wanted for The Room, and then if this movie based off of the book, which is based off of the experience in making the movie, actually gets nominated, that's insane. Yeah. That's like a mind fuck right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Because that's something he always wanted.
Right. But I could see it, though, and it's not so much for the storytelling of it. I think it has more to do with, like, it really is insane how much Dave Franco started to look like Greg and how much James looked like Tommy. Like, when we first heard about this movie and heard about the casting and stuff, I couldn't picture it. And then you see it, and you're just like, it's weird. I mean, his face started to look so much like Tommy. And then, he did a good job sounding like him. There's not really, I don't want to say it's easy, but Tommy has a pretty distinct sound to his voice. Dave Franco didn't really sound like Greg at all, but, I mean, Greg was just, there's nothing really distinct about Greg's voice, so how do you really do that? But they really, it blew my mind watching it how much they looked like the real-life people. And then, I, for a little bit, thought that Lisa was the same Lisa.
Yeah, she looked a lot.
For even towards the end when they started doing the side by side scenes, I was like, "Fuck, maybe that is her," and she just lost a little bit of weight or something. And then they showed another angle. I'm like, "Okay, it's not her.
No,
the face is too different."
Right.
But wow, and then I started thinking while I was watching it, I was so convinced it was the same actress. I'm like, I don't know if that's kind of sad for that actress to be like, "Hey, I was in the real movie and now I'm in The Disaster Artist too." It just seems like, wow, that she didn't really progress in life.
No, she's a financial something or other. No.
Oh, the real Lisa.
The real Lisa. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, man.
You enjoyed the movie.
I enjoyed the. I don't know. I enjoyed the movie for what it was, but like I said, after I'm done watching stuff like watching it, I don't know. I don't want to say it's depressing, but it just makes me feel funny. Does that make sense? I can't convey it. I don't.
No, I get it. I felt the same way when I read the book.
Yeah, and since it just makes me feel because even though we laugh at it now, it's just kind of depressing. It's depressing to laugh at somebody else, even though I've done it when that wasn't the intent.
Yeah.
So when I'm saying did I enjoy it? I enjoyed it for what it was and for I know what it was supposed to be. I I don't want it to sound like I didn't like it because I didn't. Like, is it something that I feel like I'm gonna need to watch again? Like, I don't know. I would. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but it's like I've seen it. You know what I mean? And I think it's amazing, and I think it is funny, and it's crazy, and I've seen the story being told. But like, yeah, there's just kind of. Do you get what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying. This is something I would definitely watch again, probably along with The Room itself.
Yeah, I think I'd like to too, because like it's been a few years since I've seen The Room, and so like it was coming back to me a bit. So I would watch it again. I definitely would, but you understand where I'm coming from.
Oh,
I
totally
get
what you're saying.
It just feels. It's just weird.
When you read the book,
yeah, I know
it's gonna make you feel even weirder.
Which just makes me not want to read the book, but I will. Like, because do you get the feeling of depression that I feel like I'm sort of saying?
I do.
Like,
I totally get it.
It's just strange, man. But yeah, unbelievable job by James Franco, Dave Franco, everybody involved. Like,
it's amazing
crazy.
How to the T they made the replica of this.
Yeah, it's insane. So like Seth Rogen and some of the other characters and stuff in the movie.
Yeah. They're all based on real people.
Okay, so they are.
Yeah, Sandy was.
I figured they were, but
assistant director.
Yeah, I figured they were, but I just didn't know like to what extent they were even written about. So I don't know.
No, all of it's true. Like in the book, I mentioned Sandy was an easy person to get along with on set. Like you couldn't really piss him off. It was just that one day where Sandy finally had enough, and he actually went off on Tommy. Same thing with
no air conditioning.
Yeah, and that too.
Now, why
that was the director of photography
okay.
too. Yeah.
Why, like, in the book, what's the explanation for that? Did that happen because he was pissed off at everybody? Did he just like stop paying for AC and stop?
He just
providing
didn't want to spend
water?
any more money, so he just stopped the AC. Stopped.
Because I think the movie
water.
doesn't really make that clear about the reason.
And then she actually went to the hospital.
The person that played the mom. Okay.
I think it was the Cedar Sinai Hospital, whatever hospital was closest. But yeah. And then they also had trouble with Chris R.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm surprised they didn't address that. Because you saw in the beginning that they were in the alley in that Chris R scene. That was the first thing they did, according to the book.
Yeah.
But they ended up reshooting that, obviously, on the rooftop. And Chris R. had a beef with Tommy, too. And, after he was... Yeah. They were filming.
Because you're right, that does happen on the roof.
Yeah.
But in the movie, they don't show
They
it.
don't even show that, yeah. But yeah, that's just because, I think he just wanted to reshoot it, and he wanted to get the guy who played Chris Hart back. And he didn't want to come back, And then he kept Tommy like, oh, he needs to be on set today, right now. And of course, in his world, everything has to,
right.
So when calling him, he's like, he didn't want to do it,
Yeah.
And somehow he convinced him to come back and do the same scene, but on the rooftop.
And then I forgot, I thought The Room took place in San Francisco.
It does.
But in the movie, it's in LA.
They filmed it in LA.
That's just that. So that's another thing where they took creative license.
Something Sawyer, yeah.
So then explain to me, in the book, they really do go to LA. So what brings them back to San Francisco to do The Room?
Oh, all the exteriors that he wanted them to be real San Francisco, so they had to go back to San Francisco to shoot the exteriors.
Okay, but some of The Room was filmed in LA then?
All the inside, all the inside
Exterior
stuff.
was San Francisco.
Exterior was all San Francisco.
Okay,
so,
okay.
Like the park,
they don't
the flower shop.
Okay, they don't cover that too much in the movie.
Obviously not.
The disaster artist, yeah.
No, and there's a part where, in the book, where they want to use the front of the house as their house, but they don't have no permission. So Tommy, all he does is just park in front of the house, just starts walking up and go up to open the door like nothing.
Yeah. But it's locked, obviously.
Yeah. I mean, they talk about it in the book.
Yeah, okay. Rick's like, don't spoil the book.
No, just you guys watch. Listen to the book.
Well, I clearly have so many questions. I'm obviously interested.
Yeah.
But it's just one of those things that makes me feel funny. I don't know. Oh. It's good. I enjoyed the experience.
More answers. The Disaster Artist is on Amazon and on Audible.
Yeah.
And I highly recommend it. Thanks to Dan Herman. Dan Herman, you started this whole shit.
I want to thank Dan Herman for this. We should have had him on for this. Actually.
We totally should have had him on.
Has he seen it? Do you know?
I'm sure. He saw it Friday.
Okay.
So, yeah, because he said he bought his tickets for Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should have totally had him on.
No, it's fine. It is what it is. It's already been a pretty long segment anyways.
All right, yeah. So
it's just crazy. Like, man, like I don't know. So you weren't disappointed. The only thing you were disappointed
I
about...
was a little disappointed, but mostly, I mean, I can't really
and we
push too much on it.
We kind of had this discussion. Remember when we watched, I think, the first, not the teaser trailer, but the first real trailer for this book, or for this movie, I said, you kept saying, read the book before seeing the movie. I'm like, yeah, but I'm kind of afraid to do that because I feel like then I'll watch the movie and do what you're doing. Be like, well, this wasn't in it, and this wasn't in it, and this wasn't in it.
I wouldn't say it didn't hurt.
I'm not saying it hurts, but you kind of have a thing like, oh, dang, why didn't they talk about this? Where now for me, I feel like I'm going to get like extras now in reading the book. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it doesn't always work out that way, but
you're right. You got more
like
behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, so I don't know.
To put into your...
And so all that shit, like, he actually, like, so Greg actually at one point, like, had an opportunity, like, okay, the Malcolm in the Middle part, that's not real. Is that real?
He had, but
did he
I don't know if you ran into him. I can't remember if that was it, but I know he did have a part in Malcolm in the Middle.
And he didn't do it.
He didn't do it because he had to shave his beard.
Fuck. I kind of remember you telling me about that, I think, actually. You might have told me a little bit about that, but that's crazy. Like, what else? And then he lost his girlfriend?
Yeah, he did lose his girlfriend because of that. Yeah, it's fucked up.
Does the book at all, like I said, without spoiling too much of it, and maybe you won't even answer this for me, does the book go into more about like his relationship with his mom after he goes to LA? Because the movie we only see the mom once.
In the beginning, yeah.
Like, does he?
Yeah, there's more of that. There's more of that.
I mean, like, does his mom eventually... Well, I guess the movie it does show him talking to his mom a few years later, and it seems like she's, now he's there and he's moved there. Okay.
Yeah. All the questions you have were answered in that book.
Yeah, I guess I gotta listen to the book.
Yeah. And we could talk about it on here.
Yeah.
Book club.
Anyways, man, yeah. So, The Disaster Artist, we saw it. We both... Mm-hmm. I didn't like. I guess if you, I don't want to say it's hard. I was gonna say if you have any, it's hard to recommend this. You know what I mean? Because like it's kind of a personal choice. Like if you wanna jump into this world of The Room and The Disaster Artist, if you have any ounce of desire to do that, go for it. But I don't think I'm gonna wholeheartedly say like, oh, you should absolutely like.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that either.
Yeah.
I think if you have some kind of notion of it, or at least seen The Room, I would watch it.
So
there's that.
There's the disaster. The disaster.
Disaster.
That's what this segment has turned into. We saw The Disaster Artist. We enjoyed it. If you feel like going down that road, you might enjoy it too.
So,
yeah, no video game stuff because we didn't watch. Did you play anything like, I didn't watch the awards. I feel shitty.
Yeah,
video games have been neglected lately. I haven't played much this week. Mike and I have both played and beaten Lost Legacy, so next time he's on the show, we'll review that. And yeah, you haven't played anything. You haven't even turned on your Switch in days. I've been looking at I always look.
You always look.
Yeah,
you're keeping tabs on me.
I do keep tabs on you. I have to. So I think with that, we'll call this an episode.
We shall.
Unless you have more that you want to talk about.
No, I guess that's it. So that'll do it for this week. Thanks for watching. You know how to find us. SomeShitWeLike.com, YouTube.com/SomeShitWeLike. Put up the shows Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Friday is the full show. Clips go up Tuesday through Thursday with the full audio on Tuesday. iTunes.
What's on Friday?
Play.
You already said it, but it's
the
video.
Full
fucking video.
Show.
The
full fucking video. Anyways, until next time.
That was some shit.
I did not.
But we did like stuff. You fucked it up. Let's go toss the football then.